The future of transportation. Hello everyone, I am Badr Hamid Al Aslani. Today I will introduce my research in IE200. My research topic is analyzing the awareness of Saudi youth and their attitude toward self-driving cars. This is the agenda. The first thing is the introduction. After that, the methodology, then the main finding and discussion for each question. After that, overall recommendation and limitation. Then the conclusion. Finally, take home message. The introduction. The research aim is to encourage Saudi youth to accept self-driving cars. The research has four questions. The first question: what are the problems that Saudi youth say they face it in the current cars? The second question: how much Saudi youth knowledge about self-driving cars? The third question: what is the attitude of Saudi youth towards self-driving cars? The last and the fourth question: what are the requirements for Saudi youth to accept self-driving cars? The reason for choosing this topic because it's a new thing and it has been started in some places, but it doesn't exist in Saudi Arabia. The importance of this topic. Self-driving cars is important because uh, it will benefit the world and by reducing accident and traffic. The methodology for this research. The survey method was used for this research on Sugo Survey website. The survey is consist of 14 questions. The survey link was sent to engineering at King Abdulaziz University groups in WhatsApp. The number of participants of the research is about 45%. Finding and discussion. The first question. The aim of the first question is to find out the problems that Saudi youth say they face it in order to know if they exist in the self-driving cars or not. The Saudi youth were asked for their agreement about many reckless and unfocused drivers cause accident and traffic. And we found that four-fifths of Saudi youth agreed that, and it's an expected result because here in Saudi Arabia we have many reckless and unfocused driver, and we see them every day. The second findings: the Saudi youth were asked about the most thing that can distract the driver, and we found that almost all Saudi youth agreed that using mobile phone is the most thing distract the driver. Unlike other study says that Americans think that eating while driving is more dangerous than using mobile phone. The second question. The aim of the second question is to know how much Saudi youth know about self-driving cars. To find out if they interest in self-driving cars or not. The Saudi youth were asked about if they have ever heard or read about self-driving cars, and we found that all Saudi youth know about self-driving cars. Unlike or in comparison with other study, we found that the knowledge rate of Saudi youth is more than other studies and companies and countries. For example, a study says that 52% of Americans think that they think that they have known about self-driving cars. The second findings is that the Saudis were asked about some effects of self-driving cars, and we found that the majority of Saudi youth know that self-driving cars will reduce accidents, and it's expected result because the main information of self-driving car is that it will reduce accidents. The third question: what are the attitude of Saudi youth towards self-driving cars? The aim of this question is to know the what Saudi youth think about self-driving cars. Also, in order to know if they interest about it or not. The Saudi youth were asked about their interest in owning self-driving cars, and we found that more than half of Saudi youth have a little interest in owning self-driving cars. Unlike other studies says that half of American say they would never buy a car that completely drive itself. The second findings, the Saudi youth were asked about their feeling when they being a passenger in a self-driving cars in a self-driving car, and we found that more than half of Saudi youth do not feel completely safe when riding self-driving car. There is a contradiction with figure 5. Figure 5 says that most Saudi youth know that self-driving cars will reduce accidents. So how they not feel completely safe since self-driving cars will reduce accidents? But it is an expected result because it's something new and they haven't tried it before. The fourth question. The aim of this question is to know the requirement for Saudi youth to accept self-driving cars. The Saudi youth were asked about their requirement to accept self-driving cars, and we found that three-fifths of Saudi youth want a reasonable price to accept self-driving cars. It is expected result because the companies uh, have announced the prices of self-driving cars as the first time, which is unbelievable. The second requirement, we found that two-fifths of Saudi youth want the self-driving cars be approved by the government to accept it. Also, it's an expected result because here in Saudi Arabia, the credibility of the government is very high. Overall recommendation. It's recommended to raise the awareness of Saudi youth, uh, the awareness of self-driving cars and their impact on the world, in order to encourage it, so we can live without accidents without death and injuries from accidents. Overall limitation. Most of the participants are youth Saudis from engineering college at King Abdulaziz University because the link was sent to these groups only. Uh, so, if you want to make a study or think like that, try to send the link to more than group and more than university, so you can obtain diversity in information and participants. In conclusion, now the number of accidents is very high, so self-driving cars will very benefits our world. After we done this research, we found that Saudi youth have knowledge about self-driving cars and its benefits. Also, Saudi youth suffers from current cars problems. Finally, most Saudi youth want a reasonable price to accept it. Take home message. If you think about it, you will self-driving cars will be a huge civilization shift in the world of cars, and the people would be happy about it. And we are going uh, to not hear about death from accident, which is many family ever wanted. So try to save yourself, your family, and develop the world by encouraging self-driving cars. And thank you for listening. If you have any question, send it to me. Thank you for watching and listening.